Okay, hi everyone. I'm pretty sure we are live. It's a little strange not being able to see anyone looking back at us, but wanted to welcome you guys and thank you for giving it part of your Monday evening to join us to hear a little bit about Plexus and our opportunity and I'm really excited to get started. Before I do, I want to just give a little disclaimer and let you know that this online broadcast is brought to you by independent ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. Plexus wants you to know that the results you have heard and are about to hear vary from person to person, and we do not claim to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. So, with all that being said, I'm Ashle Potter. I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I am really excited to share a little bit about my story and my journey with Plexus before I get into sharing a little bit more about the business. I got started last March, on March 23rd of 2015, so just a little over a year ago. And when I got started, I was a stay-at-home mom to my little boy who was just over a year old, and I had just found out that I was pregnant with my second child, Vera, who is now 7 months old. And at that time, to be totally honest with you, my husband and I were a little bit nervous about how we were going to make all the ends meet, and we're not expecting to get pregnant so soon with another one as we had just celebrated our son's first birthday. So I was staying home with him, and I was keeping kids in our home, and I was taking pictures through my photography business on the side. I was literally doing everything I could to bring in some extra money. And when I decided that I needed to do something else, like I said, I was pregnant with my second, and we just started praying really, really hard that God would show us what He would have us to do, how He would provide. I was willing to work for it, but I knew that it needed to be something I could fit around my lifestyle of having two kids at home, two very small children at home. And when I started praying, I thought God was going to bring me like a part-time customer service job where I could talk on the phone, or I could answer questions for some company, or I could do something like that and just make a little bit of extra money. I had never in my wildest dreams imagined that it would be through the business of network marketing. I was very closed off to that whole industry and never would have dreamed that that's how it would have happened. But my friend Jana, who you're about to hear from, messaged me kind of out of nowhere, but like I said, I was praying and I was open to hearing, whatever I could hear about how to make some extra income. And she messaged me, and at the time, she had just gotten her Plexus Lexus, and she was doing really well with the company, and I was very excited to hear about her story and how she was doing, and I knew she was just an everyday person like me. She was someone I was friends with. And so I thought, maybe if she could do it, I should look into it. So I did. She sent me the information. I looked it over, and I really believed that it was something God was leading me to do. It just seemed logical. I was praying, and there was an opportunity, and so I jumped in with both feet. And I'm so glad that I did. In this last year, I've been really blessed through this business, and so I became very passionate about sharing with others. And as I was blessed by the opportunity in the business, I felt that it was my obligation to share with others so that they could have the same freedoms that I was able to have and stay home with my children and all of that. And so in doing that and sharing just about this business and this company, I've been able to double our family's income in just over a year. So definitely has been life-changing for our family. So I wanted to start this online event with you tonight by sharing about the business opportunity, because if you're anything like I was just over a year ago, you might be laying your head down at night and wondering how you're going to make the ends meet, how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to save for your kids to go to college, how you're going to stay home with your kids. I don't really know what your situation is like, but I do know that this is a very big thing for most families. Just how are we going to make it from month to month? And so I know that health and wellness is super important, and believe me, I love our products, but I know sometimes that financial burdens can be just as heavy as an extra 20 pounds or as some physical problem that people are going through. So I want to share this with you tonight. I'm so passionate about this business. I've seen firsthand how it's changed the lives of everyday people just like me and just like my friend Jana. And so many of my friends, so many of my team have seen some amazing things through this business. So with all of that being said, I want to share with you a little bit about the business, like I just said, and I'm going to share my screen. So I'm getting my brain's kind of boggled by this whole YouTube broadcast. But anyway, so tonight I'm going to tell you 4 ways that we earn with Plexus. We actually get paid 11 different ways. Our compensation plan is extremely generous, and I can promise you that we are unlike anything else out there. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to share with you 4 of the ways that we get paid with Plexus. If at any time you'd like to hear the nitty-gritty of the comp plan, you can get with the person that invited you to watch this, and I'm sure they'd be more than happy to go over the 11 ways with you. The first thing I want you to know before we jump in is that it only costs $34.95 to become a Plexus ambassador. And let me tell you, that $34.95 that I invested into my business just over a year ago is by far the best investment I have ever made. This pays for your own Plexus replicated website where you can purchase your products at a deep wholesale discount. Potential customers can also purchase from this website, and all product purchases made on your website are going to create something that we at Plexus call personal volume. So as your personal monthly volume builds, so do the percentages of your monthly sales commission. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I will share with you, let's see, I hope you guys can see this. I am just going to keep going in hopes that, yes, you can. Okay, it says that you can. Oh, all right. So, all right, we just talked about the personal volume is what I just mentioned, and so if you look at the top left of this picture, you will see that if you have $100 to $499 in volume, you're going to earn 15% commission off of that volume. If you earn over $500 in volume, you will earn 25% commission. Most people can achieve a personal volume of $500 in their first month. The second way that you can earn with Plexus is that you're going to receive 5% of your personally sponsored ambassadors' qualifying retail sales. So again, we have a very generous compensation plan. Those are the personal volume commissions that you get paid. And now I want you to look at the stair-step part of the graphic. So when you achieve certain ranks, Plexus pays a one-time achievement bonus. Let's take a look at the first rank of silver. A silver ambassador has personally sponsored 3 ambassadors underneath them. So when you achieve this rank, you're going to receive a one-time $100 achievement bonus. Now you can see that these bonuses increase significantly as you rank up through the company. So if you want to look at Senior Ruby, you can see how much more it's increased to a $750 bonus. Now when you achieve the rank of Emerald, which is next on this graphic and is also my next promotion, you are considered a jewel in the company, and you're no longer going to receive these bonuses, but you're going to get some other really, really awesome things, even more awesome than the one-time achievement bonuses. So instead of those bonuses, you're going to get to take part in monthly profit sharing. So the Emerald profit sharing pool is funded with 3% of the company's gross product volume, and it's divided equally among the ambassadors who qualify. When you become Sapphire, you take part in both the Emerald and Sapphire bonus pools, and when you're a Diamond, you can take part in all 3. And guys, we are on our way to becoming a billion-dollar company, so these pools are very, very generous. Now, the last way that I want to share about how we earn through Plexus is through our pay points, and this is the biggest way that Plexus ambassadors get paid. Plexus gives us pay points for every qualified ambassador within our organization. So by sponsoring, someone told me you can't see this very well. Can you not see it? Oh, goodness gracious. Let me see. Jana, can you unmute and let me know if you can see this or not?
Hey, Ashley, it's just really small. It looks like it's just showing your pictures library is all it's showing,
no.
and the graphics are real small.
Can you see it now?
Nope.
Oh my goodness, of course. Oh, I know why. I'm sorry. Let me see. Am I still screen? Now I'm not screen sharing. Okay.
Just double click the graphic. Try double clicking the graphic and it should do it. Once you screen share again.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, awesome. All right, I'm really sorry about that, guys. I hope you guys are still with me. Okay, so I was telling you about the rank achievement bonuses. You can see under the different ranks the different achievement bonuses. So I told you about silver, which is the $100 bonus, and then senior ruby, $750, and you can see how it grows. And then I was telling you about the emerald profit sharing pool, and you can see there 3% for emerald, 4% for sapphire, and 5% for diamonds. And then I was telling you about the Plexus points. Okay, so you're going to see that basically when you sponsor new ambassadors and you help them to sponsor new ambassadors, you're going to increase the number of Plexus pay points that you're qualified to earn. So if you look at the stair-step graphic with me, you can see that as a gold ambassador, you have 100 pay points in your organization. Our pay points average about $3 each every month. So if you have 100 points in your organization, you can see that that's an added $300 in your monthly check for being a gold ambassador. And that is on top of commissions that you're going to receive and all the other ways that we get paid. Remember, we get paid 11 different ways. So as you work up the stair-step graphic, you can see that the number of points in your organization increases. So for example, let's just look at Ruby. To be a Ruby ambassador, you have to have a minimum of 500 points in your organization. So if our pay point, like I said, averages at $3 a pay point, that's going to be an extra $1,500 on your check just for being Ruby ambassador. So like I've been saying, we have a very generous compensation plan just to see how these pay points really make that income grow. Now let's look at emerald. As an emerald, you're going to have 1,500 points in your organization. So at $3 a pay point, that's an extra $4,500 on your paycheck just for being an emerald ambassador. Not to mention, when you go emerald with the company, you're going to get a free trip to Hawaii every year, and you're also going to get a Plexus Lexus. You're going to get the profit sharing pool, and you're going to get all that income off the pay point. So that is life-changing money. And then at Sapphire, at $3 a pay point, that's going to be $9,000 monthly. And then at Diamond, that'd be $13,500 on your paycheck just for being a Diamond ambassador. Again, a very generous compensation plan, unlike anything else you will ever see. Okay, now I'm going to pull up my other, I'm going to stop my share, and then I'm going to pull up my next graphic because I don't want to mess this up again. So let me see. I've got one more graphic to show you guys. Oh, goodness. I don't think you can see that. I'm not sharing my screen anymore, am I, Jana? Can you let me know? I told you guys.
It's just you.
Okay.
You're doing great, Ashley.
Okay. Technology is not my gift. Can you see it right now?
Yes,
this one?
we can see it.
Okay. It looks a little fuzzy, but hopefully you guys can see it well enough.
No, it's good.
Okay, great. So I wanted to share this one other graphic with you guys. I want you to look at our annual income disclosure that our company has put out. Currently, our family is a senior Ruby household, so if you look at the annual income for that, you can see obviously that's a huge financial blessing for our family, especially with me being able to stay home with our kids. So, I mean, I don't know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, well, you know, you're probably just lucky, or you got in at the right time, or there's something, you know, tricky or sneaky that you've done that made you get to that rank. But honestly, that is not true. There are so many people that I'm friends with, not just Jana, so many people on my team that are senior gold or gold and have seen so many life-changing financial benefits for their family. So look at Diamond right there. Jana's about to share with us. I mean, guys, that's crazy, crazy, crazy income. That's obviously been life-changing for her family. But what I want you to look at, especially if you're a guest tonight watching this, I want you to look at silver. Look at the silver part of this graphic. The silver ambassador is just going to make a little over $5,000 a year with Plexus. And remember, that's just having 3 people underneath you. But that $5,000 a year with Plexus is going to equal $420 a month. So let me ask you this question. Would an extra $420 be a blessing to your family each month? For us, I made $400 my first month with Plexus, and let me tell you, that was life-changing for my family. I have seen so many people achieve the rank of silver within their first 30 days. So I also want to ask you this. Do you know anyone else that would be blessed by an extra $300 to $400 each month? I know that for me, I'm so thankful that Jana shared this opportunity with me and that she was willing to put herself out there and just asked me if it was something that I would be interested in looking at. I know that maybe you're thinking, well, this isn't for me. You know, $400, not a big deal. I don't need that, but I'm sure that you can think of just a few people that would really benefit from hearing from this opportunity. So with that being said, I do want to introduce my friend Jana now to share a little bit about her story with you. She's a Diamond Ambassador, like I said. She's my friend, first and foremost. I've known her since well before Plexus, and I'm really, really thankful to just have her doing this business with me and guiding me and helping me in so many ways, and of course being on this call tonight. So Jana, you can take it away.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Well, I just want to thank Ashley for asking me to be on this call. It's such a blessing, and Ashley is just a treasure. I'm just so thrilled that she is on this journey with us. So I got started with Plexus in the spring of 2013, and I'm not going to give a lot about my health testimony because we have another health testimony here that we're going to let you guys hear in just a minute that you are going to love. But it's the reason I got started with Plexus. We are so proud of the products that we have with Plexus, and our businesses are built around those products. They are the reason I got started with Plexus. I had heard about some people who had lost quite a bit of weight with Plexus, and at the time I was 40 pounds heavier than I am right now, and I was pretty desperate. And I needed something. I had tried everything, and I needed something to help me lose the weight. What I didn't know was along the way I would find out that health is about so much more than weight loss, but that just shows you where I was when I first started. So make a long story short, my sister and I ordered the products. I got started with the products, and I tell everybody that they were not a magic pill. They're not a magic pill, but Plexus products were the best tool I had ever found to finally help me achieve weight loss, to finally help me get healthy from the inside out. And so they were the best tool I'd ever found. It was what I needed. It was just that little kick that I needed to get me going. So to date, I have lost 40 pounds and kept it off. I love our products. They have totally transformed my life. If you knew me before Plexus and you know me now, you know what a difference it is. So after that was in the spring of 2013. In September of that year, I had already been having great results on the products. And my friend Cindy said to me the magic words. She said, you ought to just think about signing up as an ambassador. She goes, you would get your products cheaper that way, and your family members could go ahead and buy from you, and you'd make a little commission off of it. So I said the famous words back to her of, I'm not selling anything though, Cindy. I'm not, doing anything with this. She said, that's okay. Just sign up as an ambassador and get the products cheaper. And, if your family buys from you, then you make a little commission off of it and start to be able to pay for your products that way. Well, I already knew I loved the products, so it was a no-brainer for me. Signed up. 2 months in, I got a check in the mail. Back then, they actually sent us checks in the mail. Now we get direct deposit. But I went to the mailbox one day. I got a check, and I called Sunday. I was like, why did Plexus send me money? She said, you have customers. You have like 4 family members buying from you now. So you have customers. I was like, oh, you mean they actually pay you? And she's like, yes, they actually pay you. So it sparked my interest. Called my sister, who was already having amazing results on the products as well. And I said, let's go talk to Cindy. Let's sit down and talk to her and see what we can do. So we did. And I decided then and there, just as Ashley was mentioning to you, I decided that if I could make an extra $400 to $500, I knew that would drastically help my family. We had just had to purchase a new car. I had not had a car payment before that. Long story, but we had to purchase a new car, had a new car payment, and I came home. I told my husband, I said, I might try this business. I'm already signed up, apparently. I don't have to do anything else. I just need to start sharing it. And I said, maybe I could make a little extra money. And he looked at me and he said, if you could make a little over $400 to help us make that car payment, that would be huge. I said, okay, that's my goal. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. My first full month with Plexus, I made well over $1,000 just from sharing. That's all I did. I shared with friends and family what the products were doing for me, and I made well over $1,000. So yes, the light bulb went off for me, and I thought, I wonder what else I can do with this business. So I jumped in, just like Ashley mentioned, jumped in with both feet. I was just, at a point where I thought, I'm tired of struggling financially. We were tired of living the paycheck to paycheck life. And I thought, I wonder, what I could do with this. And so it wasn't long after that I hit that first big rank of gold, and then it's just grown ever since then. But probably my favorite part of my whole business side of the story is the fact that my husband's a police officer. And just like the beautiful lady you're fixing to hear from now, we know each other because our husbands were officers together. And my husband's a police officer. For as long as I can remember, he has worked tons and tons of police part-time jobs. So if you don't know what that means, when you go into the movie theaters or you go into the bank and you see the police officer sitting there, that's police officers working their off-duty jobs. My husband would work easily 25, 30 hours of those every single week on top of his 40-hour shift. And he did it so willingly and selflessly for our family to help us survive. He hated it, though. I hated it. My girls hated it. I mean, it's really hard when the whole extended family's getting ready to go out for a dinner and you have to tell your girls, well, we're going, but Daddy can't go because Daddy's working. Or when your girls have a basketball game and you have to tell them, your dad really wants to be here, but he's working. I hope you understand. And that was our life. That's where we were. It wasn't where we wanted to be, and it wasn't because of, excessive spending or that we had done something crazy. It was just where we were with 3 girls and at the stage in our life. So eventually, along the way, the light bulb went off again for me, and I thought, you know what? My goal is going to be to bring him home. I'm going to help him get rid of all of those part-time jobs. And when we had that first talk about it, I'll never forget, my husband is not a crier by any means, but I'm pretty sure tears filled his eyes. And he looked at me and he's like, if there's any way you can do that, then let's do it. Let's do it. I'll help you. So we did. Last fall, my husband quit all of his part-time jobs. He's still working his 40-hour shift. He loves his job. He loves what he does. I'd be lying, though, if I said the thought of and the talk of retiring him altogether hasn't been talked about, because it has. So we'll see what the future holds for us. But the other day, my husband looked at us. We were getting to get away on a little weekend trip, just the 2 of us, which never happened before. And he said, you have no idea how it just ripped my heart out. When I would be at a part-time job, you would be at the girls' games trying to keep me updated, and all I wanted to do was just be there for my girls. So this business, to say it's changed our life would be an understatement. My girls are changed. They're so different now having their dad home. Sometimes when he first came home from all those part-time jobs, they would be like, Dad's home. And I'm like, yeah, Dad's home. Like, he lives here. This is where he's supposed to be. So now we're at a point, they're like, where's Dad? Dad actually left the house. I'm like, well, he still works his 40 hours. But it's changed our life, changed our marriage, changed our parenting. And so I'm just here to tell you that I'm just a normal wife, normal mom that just had a little dream to make $400 and decided just to see where the Lord could take me with it. So if I can do it, I'm here to tell you anyone really can do this. So thank you guys so much for listening. And Ashley, thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Thank you so much, Jana, for sharing that with us. I love hearing your story, and I'm so happy for your family. I know that this business has really, really blessed you and, of course, so many other people that we know and love. And so I am excited to kind of switch gears here. We would not have this amazing business opportunity if we did not have life-changing products. That at the end of the day, if we don't have some awesome products to talk about and share, this business doesn't exist. So I am really excited to share with you just 3 of what would make up many of our amazing products, but I'm just going to cover 3 for time's sake tonight. And so there is a system that we use for most customers and most ambassadors that they get started on right away, and that is the Triplex Combo. And the first product that would be in the Triplex Combo is the Plexus Slim, or the pink drink that I'm sure you guys have seen all over your Facebook. We love our pink drink. And so this is probably what I would call our cornerstone product. It's great for everyone. It's gluten-free, it's plant-based, sweetened with stevia, which is a natural sweetener, and it makes it taste really, really good. A lot of people say that it tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop, and I would say that that's pretty spot on. So in this bag are little packets that look like Crystal Light packets but are nothing like Crystal Light packets, because this is good for you. So what this does, it's been coined as the most natural way to lose weight in inches, and that is because it burns fat and not muscle. It's going to help keep your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and your lipids at healthy levels. It also helps reduce binge eating, and it helps just give you that willpower over food. It's going to keep your blood sugar balanced, and that was what it was originally designed to do. And if you don't really know a lot about having your blood sugars balanced, I know that can sound like, okay, I'm ready to go to sleep now if we're going to talk about stuff like that. But having your blood sugar balanced is really important whether you're a diabetic or not. It's just going to kind of keep you level throughout the day. This is why a lot of people have energy from taking this, because they're not having that up and down all day long where they feel like they need a Diet Coke or a big cup of coffee to keep them going, so they're not having those 4 o'clock mid-afternoon crash that they feel like they need to go take a nap. So people love this just for that sustained energy, keeping everything level and keeping everything balanced. And of course, what everyone is most excited about is people do lose weight on this product as a result of getting their body balanced. So that's super, super exciting. Everyone loves their pink drink. Like I said, it tastes good, and honestly, it's my treat every day. I don't drink anything but water and my pink drink. So when I can have my Plexus Slim every day, I get really excited about it. Now, the next thing I want to tell you about is our probiotic. This is something that honestly you can't even turn on the news anymore and not hear that you need to be on a probiotic. You have to know now that gut health is so important. You turn on the TV and that's what all the medical professionals are talking about right now, because they are finding out that gut health is linked to so many common things that people struggle with, like migraines and skin problems, digestive issues, anything that you can probably think of. If you can Google whatever health issue you have and then put gut health next to it, you could probably find that there could be a potential link to your problem with having poor gut health. So, I mean, everything from just people that have taken antibiotics, that will kill the bad bacteria or the good bacteria that's in your gut, and so you need to repopulate your gut health. Repopulate your gut with good bacteria, which you can get with a probiotic. I'm not a scientist, so sometimes my brain gets all confused talking about all this health stuff, but this is really great. It has 5 strands of probiotic bacteria, which is going to support your immune system. And for me, my personal testimony with this product, I found that it helped clear my acne, it improved my anxiety, and it really helped me with my digestive issues that I've had for a long time. I had horrible acne for as long as I can remember, and I would try to treat it with all kinds of skin products and just would really try to fix it topically. And what I didn't realize was it was something going on inside. And when I was on this product, as soon as I started taking it, within a couple of months, my skin completely cleared up. And so that was like a dream. And then the last product that is in the Triplex is the BioCleanse. And this one is kind of funny because we got to talk about poo for a minute. But did you know that if you're not going to the bathroom on a regular basis, you are not getting rid of all the toxins that are in your body, and that's going to start to accumulate, and it will compromise your health. So as a result of the lifestyles that we all live, our bodies are burdened with toxic waste and slow metabolism, and that comes from the foods we eat, the toxins we breathe while we're pumping gas or while we're spraying our hairspray. We're getting all kinds of yucky stuff in there, and if we're not getting it out, that's going to start to make you feel really crummy. So anyway, this is a super gentle cleanse. It is not going to send you running to the bathroom all day long. It's something that I take every single day. Helps cleanse the gastrointestinal tract and your arteries. It's also going to oxygenate your blood. And if you have some time, like I said, I want you to Google your health issue with gut health, and then I also want you to look up the benefits of having your body oxygenated. It is really super good for your health. So that's the system that we recommend for everyone, just for overall health and wellness. And now I want you to hear from Ann Scahill. She has a really amazing health testimony, an amazing story, and you guys just go ahead and grab your tissues because it's going to be a really good one. No pressure or anything now. Okay, Ann, you're up.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Excellent. Okay, so I'm actually I'm at work still, which is crazy. We had a crazy hailstorm right as I was getting ready to leave, and my husband was like, no, just stay at work. So I'm still at work. My hair is still wet. I just pulled it all up out of my face. So I am not in presentation mode. But I have to tell you that, gosh, she's right. I am going to be emotional. Jana started it. I started crying when Jana started telling her story because I remember praying for Jana and Steve. Being a law enforcement family, I know what it feels like to have a husband who's not home very often, and the months where you're just kind of scraping by trying to make ends meet. I know what that feels like. So I remember praying for Operation Bring Steve Home, and the Lord provided, and Steve no longer has extra jobs, so that's incredible. My story begins at work. I'm in ministry, work for our church, and so it's kind of cool that I get to share this with you while I'm at church. I worked for our church for several years, and all of a sudden my body started falling apart. And no matter what doctor I went to, what therapist I went to, what medications I tried, nobody could help me feel better. It got to the point where I would show up for work and I couldn't open the doors with my hands because my fingers would cramp up so bad I couldn't get the doors open. So I would literally try to balance my laptop here. I would literally open the doors like this. I would kind of clamp and pull, and that's how I would open the doors to get in the building. There was one day in particular where I knew that everything was out of control and I needed big help. I was trying to get gas for my car, and I had already slid my card through and, lifted the lever and all that kind of stuff, and my hand cramped down on the gas nozzle, and I poured gasoline all over myself. And I stood there staring at my hand, and my brain was saying, just let go, just let go, just let go. But I was so taken aback that I couldn't control my own hand. I couldn't make it stop, so I had to peel my fingers off, and I was mortified. And I put the nozzle away, and I just drove home, took off all my clothes, and I actually hid them from my husband because I didn't want anybody to know that I was losing control of my own body. That's still really hard to say. I had a lot of shame. I had to quit my job that I loved so much. And for the next 2 years, my family had to help me out of bed every single day. Turns out I was diagnosed with autoimmune issues. And again, no matter what medications we tried, I just was not getting better. I had people introduce me to something called spoon theory, and if you have autoimmune issues, I guarantee you already know what that means. You have a very limited amount of energy every single day, and everything that you do, it drains your energy, so you really do have a limited amount of things you can do. And I had just kind of grown accustomed to the fact that this is what my life was going to be. Jana started posting about Plexus, and multiple people had reached out to me. Hey, you should try this. Hey, you should try this. Hey, you should try this. Well, like I said, I live in Dallas, and I'd gone to some of the top doctors around here. I'd seen infectious disease doctors. I mean, I'd been everywhere. I've tried everything. And I got really angry that people thought that a multi-level marketing product was going to fix me. It made me really upset with them, and it made me feel like everything I'd been through was, I can't even think of the right word, like it just wasn't valid to them, that they thought that this multi-level marketing product was going to make an impact on my life. So when Jana started posting about it, I told my husband, I'm like, oh, geez, Jana's doing it too. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, haven't you seen all over Facebook all this Plexus stuff? And he's like, I'm not into Facebook. I don't even pay attention. You shouldn't pay attention to that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's piqued my interest. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order this stuff from Jana because I know her and I trust her. And I'm going to take it every day like they tell me to. And I'm going to show her that it's not going to work for me. And then I'm going to return it all, and I'm going to get my money back. And then I can just ignore all of these pink people. And he was like, whatever. If you feel like you need to do that, how much is this going to cost us? And I'm like, I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to get my money back anyway. And he's like, okay, I guess just charge it then. So I got my products, and within 21 days, I showed up at the breakfast table, and my son said, what are you doing here? And I was like, I live here. What are you doing here? And he was like, Mom, nobody helped you out of bed. And we all were stunned for a minute. And like my whole body is shaking right now, remembering that day at the breakfast table. And I sat there for a minute, and I was like, you guys, nobody helped me out of bed today. And then my husband and I just kind of shoot it off, and we thought, it'll stop working. This is probably a fluke thing. This is the first time in 2 years I've gotten myself out of bed, so I'm sure this won't last. But after a month and a half, I was getting my own groceries again and cleaning my own house again and making my bed again, and I was showering and running an errand in the same day instead of one or the other. I'm literally shaking so much right now. I'm so sorry. So then from there, I was actually starting to work out small bits again, and the church called me, and they're like, hey, we see that you feel better, and we want to know if you want to come back. And the funniest thing ever, you guys, I met with the executive pastor, and I was like, I don't know if this stuff is going to work forever. I don't know what to do. So I literally started back at the church at like 7 hours a week. I was so scared to take anything on. And that was, that was over 2 years ago. And I am actually gearing up to run the Spartan race in Austin with my husband, which is crazy. It's like 10 miles through mud, and I don't even know how many obstacles. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe that it works the way that everybody says that it really works. It's not magic. It did not cure me. It's not ever going to cure me. But I am living a life that I had written off, that I thought would never be possible for me again. So if you are in this position and you're struggling with autoimmune issues, and I'm not even going to list them all out because the list is so long. If you're struggling, please try one more thing. Just try. It's making money as an ambassador is kind of like an extra benefit of seeing people get well and healthy and living full lives again. And we want that for you. I genuinely want that for you. I want you to have a full life where you feel like you can do anything with your body. So please just try one more thing.
Thank you so much, Anne. That was so awesome to hear. I've heard your story before, but every time I hear it, I'm like trying not to cry, and it's so exciting to hear. And guys, these are the stories that we hear all the time. We hear of people getting their life back. It's so fulfilling to do something like this where not only are we helping our families, but we're helping so many other people get healthy and find financial freedom, stay home with their kids. I mean, it's just something that's so awesome. We see it all the time. So it really is my belief that everyone could use Plexus, whether they need it for the financial benefits or the health benefits. Everyone watching this probably can think of one category that they fall into, or both. And not only do you need it, but you probably know many others that would really benefit from the products or the opportunity. And so I want you to ask yourself right now, where will I be in 5 years if I keep doing what I'm doing right now? Where will my health be? Where will my financial situation be? If I don't make any changes, what's going to happen? And so whether you're just wanting to try the products as a customer, I want you to know we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So like Anne said, she was just going to give it a shot. And if it didn't work out, whatever. She was going to get her money back and prove them all wrong. So if that's you, you can definitely do that. But you can also join as an ambassador and see if this couldn't be the answer to your financial struggles that you're dealing with. And so I just want you to think about that. This opportunity can be the vehicle that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. It can really, really change your life. This opportunity for me personally has done so much. I've made so many friends. I've grown so much as a person. The health benefits have been incredible. And of course, the financial blessings that I talked about early. So I want you to think of yourself and what this opportunity could do for you and how you can potentially help countless others as well. My hope is that this call helped answer your questions tonight, but if not, of course, get with the person that invited you and they can help answer your questions. I'm sure that by hearing a lot of the compensation plan and some about our products, you probably have more questions, and of course, that's understandable. So again, just reach out to the person that invited you and just let them know that you are here and get any questions that you answered. It's my desire that you'll be joining our team soon, joining this amazing company, this business. We're in full momentum right now. Things are just growing and getting better all the time. And also, before I leave, I want to remind you that everything is 15% off right now. So if you want to join the company, you can get 15% off a welcome kit. If you want to try the products, you can get 15% off. So it's an amazing deal. We don't see things like that very often. So I just wanted to remind you of that. I give God all the glory for this amazing opportunity and just for the privilege and blessing of talking to you guys tonight. I hope you have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for getting on. Thank you, Jana, and thank you, Ann. I will talk to you soon. Hopefully hear from you guys wanting to get started with us. So have an awesome night.